everyone, and welcome to Practice English TV. I'm Mark. We're really happy you're here with us today. Thanks for spending a little time with us, wherever you're listening from in the world.
Hi everyone, I'm Emma. It's so nice to have you with us. Whether you're at home, on a walk, or commuting, we're glad you chose to practice English with us today.
In this episode, we're talking about airport check-in English. This is the kind of English you hear and use when you travel by plane, especially at the airport counter before your flight.
We'll help you feel more comfortable, more confident, and more relaxed when you check in for a flight. You can use this English in real life with real people in real airports.
If you enjoy learning English with us, feel free to subscribe and come back anytime. And if you know someone else who's learning English, you can share this episode with them too.
Thank you so much for being here and learning with us today. Let's take a deep breath, get comfortable, and begin together.
So Emma, when we say airport check-in, what comes to your mind first?
Honestly, the first thing I think about is that feeling at the airport. You're excited, but also a little nervous. You're holding your passport, your ticket, and you're hoping everything goes smoothly.
Yeah, that mix of excitement and stress is very real. For many English learners, the language part adds extra pressure.
Exactly. Even simple questions can feel stressful when you're tired, in a hurry, or worried about missing your flight.
And airport staff usually speak quickly because they're helping many people at the same time.
That's why this topic is so useful. Airport check-in English is very practical. You don't need fancy grammar. You just need clear, polite, simple English.
Right, and the good news is the conversations at check-in are very predictable.
Yes, the questions are similar almost everywhere in the world. Once you practice them, you start to feel much calmer.
Today, we'll walk through that experience together, step by step, in a relaxed way.
Think of this episode like a friendly practice run before a real trip. No pressure, no rush.
And remember, making small mistakes is totally okay. Airport staff are used to talking with people from many countries.
Absolutely. The goal is not perfect English. The goal is clear communication and confidence.
All right, let's slowly move into the words you'll hear and use most often at the check-in counter. All right, Emma, let's gently introduce some important words that people hear all the time at airport check-in.
Sounds good. And listeners, don't worry. We'll explain everything slowly and clearly.
The first word you'll almost always hear is passport. This is your official travel document with your photo and personal information.
At check-in, the staff might say, "May I see your passport, please?" You can simply hand it to them and say, "Here you go."
Another very common word is ticket. Today, many tickets are electronic, but the word is still used.
Right. They might say, "Do you have your ticket?" or "Can I see your ticket?" Even if it's on your phone, it's still called a ticket.
You'll also hear the word luggage. Luggage means the bags you bring with you when you travel.
Sometimes people also say bags. For example, "How many bags are you checking today?"
That leads us to another important word, check. At the airport, to check a bag means you give it to the airline and they put it on the plane.
So when they ask, "Are you checking any bags?" they want to know if you're giving them luggage to carry for you.
Another word you'll hear is boarding pass. This is the paper or digital pass that lets you get on the plane.
After check-in, they usually give you a boarding pass and say something like, "Here's your boarding pass."
You might also hear the word destination. That simply means the place you were flying to.
For example, "My destination is Los Angeles," or "What is your final destination?"
Another useful word is seat. This is where you sit on the airplane.
They might ask, "Do you have a seat preference?" That means window, aisle, or middle seat.
And finally, a very common word is gate. The gate is the place at the airport where you wait and board the plane.
They may say, "Your gate is 23B."
You don't need to talk much, just listen and check your boarding pass.
All of these words appear again and again at airports.
Yes, and the more you hear them in context, the more natural they feel.
Now that these words sound familiar, let's use them in a real, natural conversation. Now let's imagine a real situation. You walk up to the check-in counter. You put your bag down and you smile a little. Emma, you'll be the airline staff, and I'll be the traveler.
Perfect. Let's keep it natural and relaxed.
Good morning.
Good morning. May I see your passport, please?
Sure, here you go.
Thank you. And where are you flying today?
I'm flying to San Francisco.
All right. Is that your final destination?
Yes, it is.
Are you checking any bags today?
Yes, I have one bag to check.
Okay. Please place your luggage on the scale.
No problem.
Great. Do you have a seat preference? Window or aisle?
A window seat, if possible.
Let me check. Yes, I can do that for you.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. Here is your boarding pass. Your gate is 18A.
Got it. Thank you very much.
Have a nice flight.
Thanks. You too.
Well, maybe not the flight part for me.
Yeah, maybe just a nice day at work.
Exactly.
Now, listeners, notice how simple that conversation is.
Yes, most answers are short. You don't need long sentences.
You can say yes, no, here you go, or thank you.
And it's okay to pause. Silence is normal at the counter.
Let's try another small example. This time, maybe with no checked bags.
All right.
Hello,
Hi, may I see your passport?
here you are.
Are you checking any bags today?
No, just this carry-on.
Okay, that's fine. Here's your boarding pass.
Thank you.
Your gate is 42C. Boarding starts at 9:20.
All right, thanks a lot.
You're welcome.
See how calm that feels?
Yes, when you know what to expect, your confidence goes up.
And when your confidence goes up, your English sounds better too.
Absolutely. Now, let's move into some useful phrases you can use right away at the airport check-in counter.
Now let's focus on some very useful English phrases that people actually say at the airport check-in counter.
Yes, these are phrases you can memorize and use again and again. They sound polite, natural, and very American.
Let's start with a simple one. When you walk up to the counter, you can say, "Hi, I'd like to check in, please."
That sentence is friendly and clear. You don't need to explain anything else. The staff immediately knows why you're there.
Another very common phrase is, "Here you go." You say this when you give your passport or ticket.
Yes, instead of staying silent, you can say, "Here you go," with a small smile. It sounds polite and confident.
Sometimes the staff asks questions quickly. If you don't understand, a great phrase is, "Sorry, could you say that again?"
That's such an important one. It's polite, and it's completely normal to ask. You don't need to feel embarrassed.
You can also say, "Sorry, I didn't catch that." Americans use this phrase a lot in daily life.
Yes, and it sounds very natural. It means you didn't hear or understand clearly.
Another helpful phrase is, "That's fine," or "That's okay." You can use this when you accept a seat or a decision.
For example, if they say, "Only middle seats are available," you can say, "That's okay."
Now let's talk about a polite request. You can say, "If possible," when you ask for something.
Right. For example, a window seat, if possible. It sounds kind and not demanding.
A very useful question is, "What time is boarding?" This helps you understand when to go to the gate.
Yes, and you can also ask, "Which gate is it?" if you're unsure.
Another phrase people often use is, "Thank you very much." It's simple, but it leaves a good impression.
And if the staff helps you or smiles, you can add, I appreciate it. That sounds warm and natural.
One more phrase that's very helpful is, "Just a moment, please."
That's great when you need time to open your bag, check your phone, or find your passport.
Notice something about all these phrases.
Yes, they're short, they're polite, and they don't use difficult grammar.
You don't need to sound perfect, you just need to sound clear and calm.
And the more you practice these phrases out loud, the more natural they feel.
All right, now that we've covered useful phrases, let's step back and explain the check-in process in a very simple way. Let's slow things down a bit and talk about what airport check-in really means in a simple way.
Yes, check-in is the first main step before you get on a plane. It's where the airline confirms who you are and where you're going.
At check-in, the staff checks your passport and your ticket information.
They also check your luggage if you have any bags to give to the airline.
This process is very similar in many countries, but there are small differences.
For example, in some countries, staff speak very directly. In others, they may use more polite small talk.
In the United States, airport staff are usually friendly but efficient.
They often speak clearly, but sometimes quickly, because there are many passengers waiting.
That's why it helps to know the basic structure of the conversation.
First, greeting, then passport, then destination, then luggage, then seat, then boarding pass.
It almost feels like the same pattern every time.
Yes, and once you understand that pattern, your stress level drops.
Another thing to remember is that airports are busy places.
There can be noise, announcements, people walking around, and different accents.
So it's okay if you need someone to repeat something.
It's also okay to speak slowly. Clear English is better than fast English.
Exactly. Airport check-in is not a test, it's just a conversation with a purpose.
And that purpose is to help you get on your flight safely and smoothly.
Now let's make this even more real by sharing some personal experiences with airport check-in.
Yes, let's talk about what it actually feels like.
You know, Emma, even as a native English speaker, I still feel a little nervous at airport check-in sometimes.
Me too, and I travel a lot. There's always that small moment where you think, okay, did I prepare everything?
Exactly. I always double-check my passport, even though I already checked it at home.
Same here, and I usually arrive early because I like having time to breathe and not rush.
That extra time really helps. When you're calm, your English comes out more naturally.
I remember one time I was flying very early in the morning. I was tired and my brain felt slow.
Oh yeah, early flights are tough.
The staff asked me a simple question, and for a second I just smiled and said, "Sorry, one moment."
That's such a good example. You don't need to answer instantly.
Exactly. Taking a short pause is totally okay.
I've also noticed that airport staff are usually patient, especially if you're polite.
Yes, a smile and a thank you go a long way.
For English learners, I think airport check-in can actually be a confidence-building moment.
I agree. After you finish check-in, you often feel proud, like, I did it.
And that feeling stays with you for the rest of the trip.
It's a real-life success, not just practice from a book.
That's why we love this topic. It connects English learning with real experiences.
And everyone's experience is a little different, which makes it interesting.
All right, now let's talk about common activities and real-life situations around check-in. All right, let's focus now on what actually happens around the check-in area step by step in real life.
Yes, because when you can imagine the situation clearly, the English feels easier to use.
So first, you usually arrive at the airport and look for your airline's check-in counter.
You might see a long line, or maybe it's short. Either way, you stand in line and wait your turn.
While waiting, many people take out their passport and phone just to be ready.
That's a good habit. It helps you feel prepared and calm.
When it's your turn, you walk up to the counter and place your bag near you.
The staff usually looks up, smiles, and greets you.
This is when you say hello and begin the check-in conversation.
After that, they ask for your passport and sometimes your ticket.
You hand it over and they type information into the computer.
During this time, there may be short silence, and that's completely normal.
Then comes the luggage part. They ask if you're checking any bags.
If yes, you lift your bag onto the scale. If it's heavy, they might help you.
Sometimes the bag is too heavy and they tell you gently.
In that case, you might move things around, take something out, or pay an extra fee.
After luggage, they often talk about your seat.
They may ask your preference, or they may simply tell you which seat you have.
Then they print or send your boarding pass.
They usually point to the gate number and tell you when boarding starts.
At the end, you say thank you, take your documents, and step away.
That's it. The check-in process is finished.
When you break it into these small steps, it feels very manageable.
Yes, and each step uses simple, everyday English.
Nothing is complicated when you know what to expect.
And once you've done it a few times, it starts to feel routine.
All right, next, let's talk about how people usually feel about airport check-in. So, Emma, how do you think most people feel about airport check-in?
I think a lot of people feel a mix of emotions. There's excitement about the trip, but also some nervousness.
Yeah, that mix is very common. You're happy to travel, but you don't want any problems.
For English learners, that nervous feeling can be stronger because English is not your first language.
That's true. Some people worry they won't understand the questions or won't know how to answer.
Others feel shy about their accent or about making a mistake.
But here's an important opinion I have. Making small mistakes at the airport is completely normal.
I agree. Airport staff talk to people from all over the world every single day.
They hear many accents and many levels of English.
Most of them are focused on helping you, not judging your English.
Some people actually enjoy the check-in moment.
Yes, especially if they feel prepared. It can feel like a small success.
After check-in, people often feel relief.
That's such a good word for it, relief. Like, okay, the hard part is done.
And that positive feeling can change how you feel about using English in general.
Exactly. One good experience can build a lot of confidence.
Of course, not everyone loves airports.
That's true. Some people dislike lines, noise, or waiting.
But even then, knowing what to say makes the experience smoother.
Yes, when you know the English, you feel more in control.
And feeling in control makes everything feel less stressful.
That's why practicing these situations is so powerful for learners.
All right, let's finish up with a few simple tips to help listeners use English more confidently at the airport. All right, Emma, before we wrap things up, let's share a few simple tips for English learners who want to feel more confident at airport check-in.
Yes, just a few practical ideas that listeners can really use.
The first tip is to practice speaking out loud before your trip.
Even talking to yourself is helpful. You can practice saying things like, "Here you go," or "I'd like to check in, please."
When you say the sentences out loud, your mouth and ears get used to the English.
That makes a big difference when you're in a real situation.
The second tip is to focus on listening, not translating every word.
Yes, at the airport, you don't need to understand everything. You just need to catch the key words.
Words like passport, bags, gate, or seat give you enough information.
If you miss something, it's okay to ask politely for repetition.
The third tip is to keep your English simple.
Short answers are perfect at the check-in counter.
You don't need long explanations. Clear and calm is best.
And one more small thing, be kind to yourself.
Yes, feeling nervous is normal, and confidence grows with experience.
Every time you use English in real life, you're improving.
Exactly. Little by little, it gets easier. All right, before we say goodbye, let's do a little practice together.
Yes, this part is just for you, the listener.
Imagine you're standing at the airport check-in counter right now.
You have your passport in your hand, and the staff is smiling at you.
Here's the question for you. What city are you flying to today?
Take a moment. You can answer out loud or quietly in your head.
You could say something simple like, I'm flying to New York.
Or, my destination is London.
If you want to practice more, here's another one.
How many bags are you checking today?
You might answer, I'm checking one bag.
Or, no bags, just to carry on.
These short answers are perfect.
And if you'd like, you can write your answers in English in the comments.
That's a great way to practice and connect with other learners.
Remember, there's no perfect answer. The goal is to try.
Every small practice moment builds real confidence.
And we're really proud of you for practicing today.
All right, that brings us to the end of today's episode.
Yes, and we really hope you're feeling more relaxed and more confident about using English at airport check-in.
Today, we talked about what to expect, what to say, and how to stay calm in a real airport situation.
Remember, you don't need perfect English. You just need clear, simple, and polite English.
Every time you practice, even in small ways, you're getting better.
And every real-life experience, like checking in at an airport, helps your confidence grow.
If you enjoyed learning with us today, you can subscribe to Practice English TV and listen to more episodes like this.
And feel free to share this podcast with friends or family who are also learning English.
Thank you so much for spending your time with us.
We truly appreciate you being here and learning together with us.
Keep practicing, keep listening, and trust yourself.
You're doing great, and we're cheering you on.
Take care, and we'll see you next time.
Bye for now, and happy learning.